back. A new report suggests that millennials are becoming very optimistic about their financial futures. Christina Parts-Nevelis is here with more on that. Christina.
The report comes from TD Ameritrade. They surveyed about 1,500 Americans aged between 21 to 37 years old. And yes, the headlines are optimistic that about 49% surveyed actually believe they are going to be a millionaire. However, 47%, almost very equal, believe that they will never ever become a millionaire, and then 4% have actually achieved that status already. But if you break it down even more and look at the gender ratio, 70% of men that were surveyed believe that they will hit millionaire status versus 38% of women. So clearly that divide of pessimism and money still exists among the millennial generation. There are a few other stats in that survey talking about the age of retirement, the average age being 56 years old. Many millennials still not looking or not as keen to have children. They want to push the marriage and starting a life at a later point, so the average age for marriage coming in at 28 years old. And that is actually a big concern for the environment, even with the Center for Disease Control and Prevention saying that the birth rate in the United States is the lowest it has ever been. We're seeing the tightening of the labor market right now, so going forward, millennials, I do fall into that category, aren't looking to have children at all or at a later point in life. And that's actually a concern for baby boomers. Why? Because of housing. Baby boomers have a lot of their income in houses, especially in the suburbs, large homes. Later on in life, those millennials may not be interested in buying those larger homes because they don't have the large number of children to fill it. So it's an interesting study.
So pushing out having kids.
Here, 4% are already millionaires.
Yeah.
That's a pretty
out of 1,500, out of 1,500 Americans that are surveyed.
The other is that the average expects to retire at the age of 56. You know, we've been talking for so many years about how, you know, the next generation isn't going to be getting Social Security or Medicare. They're going to have to work longer. And here we have millennials saying, no, we're actually going to retire 9 years earlier than the official.
Very optimistic.
I think that's a pipe dream, retiring at 56. I mean, I don't know where these millennials are getting this idea that they're going to retire at 56 and become millionaires.
This is 1,500 Americans done by TD Ameritrade. And remember, a lot of these studies that come out, it's great publicity for the bank, but it's also to get people to invest and use their services.
Sure,
so I'm taking it with a grain of salt.
But I mean, you're a millennial. Are you expecting to be a millionaire?
Well, I'm hoping right now that we have our bosses watching, because then they can dictate that answer. So if you're watching, I do have a long way to go, but know that I'm open to that prospect.
To becoming a millionaire?
Oh, yes.
What about you, Morgan? You're a millennial.
Well, I feel like my mother called Christina and did the segment about millennials pushing off marriage and children. Well, I'm married, but pushing off children. So my mom thanks you for the segment, Christina, because I am a grandma millennials, we like to say. But why do you think millennials, does the study show why they're pushing off children? Is it totally economics? Because for me, I'm just immature. It's not economics. So maybe that's a part of the millennial problem.
I've done this report relating to other stories. This wasn't in this report because this focused on financials. Yeah. But overall, people are waiting, and I can use myself as an example. I'm not married, and I'm in the later half of the millennials, and I have no children. Reason being is that I want to make sure that my career is established, because the financials, I don't think I can afford to have a child in New York City. And I've just moved here, and I'm already, you have to put your children in daycare and do that even before they're born.
It's expensive.
Put them on a list.
It's expensive, Bob.
Well, I can say as a millennial myself, I'm hoping to be part of that 4%. But so you just said,
are you already at that 4%?
No, not yet. But I'm aspiring to that. But you said something interesting. You know, if you take yourself personally, I doubt that you'll be retired at 56.
I don't want to be retired at 56. I think I would be bored.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not healthy to be retired at 56. Yeah. Even if you change jobs, then you do something else. But to actually go and hit the hammock at 56 is not smart.
Next 30 years, between the lip and the cup, they're gonna go beyond 56. Let me say that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we have real quick about the report giving it away. This was
there's another report, not with TD Ameritrade, and they're actually saying that right now in 2017 we hit a record in terms of charitable donations at $400 billion. This is Americans that are giving more than ever. They're citing the reasons for this, and this is coming from Indiana University, because of a strong stock market and just everybody, the growth in the economy doing well. And so they're giving that money. But the caveat there is that there's a smaller portion of Americans giving money. So maybe we're starting to see that income divide even showing with donations.
The interesting thing here is how the tax code changes.
Exactly. I didn't even get to that.
Yeah, because they just raised the standard deduction. There's less incentive in the tax code to give charitable deductions. So we want you to come back next year and tell us if that number is changing.
Well, look, another reason to love America, the most philanthropic in the world.
Yeah.
$400 billion. That's great. Christina, thank you.
Thank you.